Cops called at one of our HouseHack events. Oh boy, in this video I'm going to give you some updates on some of the latest and we'll explain what the heck happens.
HouseHack Canada, New York, HouseHack 2024. Woo! HouseHack.
Oh, sorry.
HouseHack Atlanta, HouseHack 2024. Miami, HouseHack 2024. HouseHack 2024. Tampa, HouseHack 2024.
First, let's get into this. We are massively going to simplify HouseHack. A lot of folks are, the explanation of HouseHack. A lot of folks are a little confused by it. So, here it is. You know how Robinhood did commission-free trading for stocks? That's what we're going to do. You know how M1 Finance did pies, where you can sort of you open a little app, you sign up for an account, you do your, whatever, here's my license, whatever, now you get an account. And then you say, hey, I want to put $500 in, and I want that to go into different stocks or ETFs, or whatever you pick, right? We're going to do that for real estate. That's it. That's HouseHack. Now, the rest of it is very practical and detail, licensing and regulation, and FINRA and the SEC and lawyers and disclosures and software engineering. But that's it. That's the simplest way to think about it, is that HouseHack makes money by creating a product and a service. We create a very, very easy way for people to get access to real estate without fees. And ideally, we do that through this M1 Finance style app where, frankly, we want to go to our tenants and say, hey, want to add $500 to your rent this month? You'll be able to throw that into the, basically, entity, mini fund, that owns the home that you're renting. Now, all of a sudden, tenants are becoming owners of real estate without any fees. No fees on the mini funds. And an evaluation of that real estate evaluated by an investment bank. Not Kevin. It's not Kevin picking a number out of the sky and saying this is how much it's worth. It's an investment bank determines that. So these are all very important pieces of the puzzle, these little details. But really fully understanding that our vision, our long vision with HouseHack, is to democratize real estate. That's really what you got to know. So we have an investment deadline coming up on May 1st. You've got to read the PPM. This is obviously not personalized financial advice. There's risk with every investment. But I have to say, our events have been going really, really well. And people are really resonating with our message. Listen to this message here where, an investor's like, Kevin, you're right. These other real estate funds, they just buy stuff at market value. At HouseHack, you guys are going to make money buying stuff at a discount, negotiating good deals. Those are your goals. And then you're going to create these apps and property management software. This is amazing.
I'm sorry. If anybody here works for Open Door, I'm sorry.
I don't work for Open Door, but I'm a real estate broker. Yeah. We've had many transactions with these REITs. They don't negotiate. They just make a nearly full price offer and buy it. Because like I said, they're getting a commission on it anyway, and they're making money. So I really like your model.
Thank you.
My family's been investing in real estate. My grandparents house hacked, okay?
Yeah.
So it goes way back.
Nice.
My family's owned real estate investment properties as long as I've been alive.
I want to show my appreciation. 3+ years I've been watching your videos.
Thank you. Investor and course member, everything.
I saw you at Newport Beach, voted for you and everything.
Course member, investor, all that good stuff.
I just want to say, you're a huge inspiration. It really changed my life for the better. So I wanted to give you a big thanks for that in person, and it's just a blessing to be here with you.
Thanks for reading my comments on the air.
You've been an inspiration to me since 6 years now.
My daughter teases me when I'm listening to you.
Oh
yeah.
I'm fine. I'm tuning in every day. I'm so happy, pumped to be here and meet the team.
I've been following you for years. My son knows I watch you. He called me a fanboy today for showing up here.
This is amazing. It's a real estate company, but it's a real estate company put together by, frankly, a millennial with a tech-forward attitude of, hey, whatever we can do to make more money in terms of providing the best quality product and service is what we're going to do. Real estate obviously will be one of the last places to be innovated with AI, but we think we'll be at the forefront of that innovation. So we're really excited about that. So I'll go a little bit more practical because if you're still here, you might appreciate a little bit more detail. Think about HouseHack as the factory We negotiate good deals, pay cash for really good real estate. Say we come up with a bundle of $50 million of real estate, which is roughly what we have now. And then let's say an investment bank says, well, that's worth 60. Cool. We got an extra 10 mil. But how do we realize that? If we sell it, we got to pay commissions. If we refinance, we're not going to get our hands on it. We're going to do it with mini funds. We are basically creating the platform and the product. So think about M1 Finance. Instead of just being the app, you're also creating the product, the actual underlying investments that people can say, hey, I want to put 10% of my money into Florida real estate. Well, that's what we're going to set up. We're going to also set it up to where, frankly, a lot of people have been requesting this. You can invest in red or blue states. You can pick. Oh, I only want my money in red states. Some people are going to go, I only want my money in blue. Some are going to go, I want a 60-40, middle of the road, 50-50. And so we couldn't be more excited with some of the fantastic things that we have going on at HouseHack. And the people coming to our events, I mean, it is such a diverse group of educated investors. You know, these aren't, nothing against 14-year-olds, but these aren't like 14-year-olds looking for me to, flip a wheelie or pop a wheelie or whatever, right? These are folks who are serious about investing. And it is such an honor to meet all of you in person, to answer your questions, and to brainstorm with you about what HouseHack is. So HouseHack is a venture capital investment. You have to think about that. Our goal is to IPO at somewhere between 2028 and 2030, but our goals don't necessarily mean that's what's going to happen. And what if we're in a recession during that time? We operate on a cash basis, and we want to be prepared for those circumstances. We would love for the shares to go from $2 to $10 to $20 to $40 to $80 a share. Obviously, we can't guarantee that. If we could guarantee that, then... Okay, that's a loud truck right there. If we could guarantee that, that'd be amazing. I mean, we'd have a crystal ball. And so people do ask, like, what is the risk for HouseHack? And the risk isn't buying good deals or finding good deals or scaling operations, property management, people, all of that. For us, that's relatively easy. To me, the biggest risk is how much interest is there going to be in these mini funds, in the M1 Finance style app we want to put together and create for real estate, the democratization of real estate, helping people access real estate for no fee, helping people defer taxes. I mean, think about the fact that one of the mini funds that we will be creating, and we're already in the process of creating, is called a Delaware Statutory Trust. Basically, let's say you've been managing real estate for 40 years, you got $10 million in real estate, you don't want to sell it because you don't want to pay the capital gains taxes, but you still want real estate exposure. But you don't want tenants and toilets. So you exchange it into a DST. If we have a public REIT in the future, we can exchange that DST into a public REIT. You could basically go from owning real estate and dealing with tenants and toilets to owning a slice of the real estate that I run for no fee. So basically you have a stock. Like, that's amazing. In order to do that today, the fees are insane. Look at the fees to invest in real estate today. I mean, acquisition fees, disposition fees alone. Every single time they flip real estate in a portfolio, you're basically creating a 2% commission for those fund managers. Think about that. Every single time they sell the real estate, they incur a ton of fees and commissions themselves because they got to pay brokers to sell the real estate. So they got to pay brokers, due diligence, negotiation. They're basically losing money selling the deal. Then they take a 1% acquisition fee on the new buy and the 1% on the disposition. They're basically just milking fees. And then they realize some of the appreciated value, which we could do without selling. Over time, as interest rates come down, you refinance. Over time, when properties are fully depreciated, maybe you sell, but that's after like 20 plus years or 30 plus years for commercial. Why would you sell at the end of a 10-year time frame? You're doing that to pocket your 20 to 35% appreciation plus all the fees you deferred in the meantime. The existing real estate infrastructure is so fee heavy, it's terrible. And unfortunately, I think the wealth gap is just going to get worse and worse and worse. And so I think that's why we have this amazing product where we're democratizing real estate. We are making it so that people can own a slice of real estate without fees. And that's what HouseHack is. HouseHack is an investment into property management software, our custom software we're building, so that way we can help tenants own this real estate. Our pies, our M1 Finance style pie, where you could own a slice of these multiple different funds. Everything we do is for HouseHack. Like, people wonder, they're like, Kevin, why? But you do YouTube. Yeah, I do. You know why a lot of funds have fees? Because they have to advertise. What do you think YouTube is for free for HouseHack? Advertising. Free. You know, fortunately, with the videos that I make on YouTube, I'm able to pay for the plane that I'm basically only using for HouseHack. Now, HouseHack doesn't pay a dime for that. Shell truck that was there, I had to pay that bill. Right? It's expensive. But that's okay because, you know, in my opinion, this plane is a $13 million call option on the success of HouseHack. Because I think in the long term, people are going to look at HouseHack and go, Kevin, you're making so much money doing these cycles and buying good deals for the investors. Can we buy you a bigger plane? No guarantees, but those are the plans. So think about that as an investor. Now, obviously, the current deadline is set for May 1st. And that is the accredited investor deadline. You got to make sure you sign your paperwork by then. So go to househack.com, sign your subscription agreement, the DocuSign. If you need help making sure you get your invest ready letter, or there's a delay in getting your invest ready letter, or you can't get your CPA letter or attorney letter verifying you're accredited, just send us an email at ir@househack.com. The most important thing, though, is just make sure you've got your signature in by May 1st, and then we can work out the rest. Make sure not to ACH. Make sure to wire. Our CPA staff would really appreciate wire versus ACH. So keep that in mind. Another thing to consider is, this is a venture capital investment. So if you're investing in HouseHack, you're investing on us reinvesting our cash flows and hoping to IPO at the end of the decade. Or maybe sooner. It depends how it goes. Can we do mini funds and have offerings with dividends in the future? Of course, that's what we're planning on doing. That's all part of all of this. A couple other things to add. I want you to think of the different opportunities there exist in mini funds. We don't just need to do a mini fund for Class A and B real estate, single family, multifamily. What we can do is create options for all kinds of real estate. We could go Class AB on the West Coast, move over to the East Coast, do real estate in Texas, Idaho, Florida. Then we can do a mini fund for storage units, a fund for retail, buy the dip on office, red mini funds, blue mini funds, Canadian mini funds. Doesn't matter. The goal is that you basically have this M1 Finance style platform where you can get into no-fee real estate where you want it, and it's a fair market value deal. The more we're able to fill up those mini fund buckets, the more cash flow we think HouseHack is able to collect. That's the mission. It's not about one specific type of real estate. It's about getting a good deal on all kinds of real estate. So as far as the cops called event, basically there was a nominal miscommunication at the city-run airport. It was the only city-run airport we went to, and they have all these couches and conference rooms so people could hang out and talk at these airports. Like, that's the whole point of them. And they didn't like that we had this many people and cameras or whatever. And so basically the sub-level manager is like, you got to leave. And I'm like, let me talk to the manager. I'll play you the clip, or I'll play some slices of the clip right here, and you can listen to it yourself.
Where's he? He talked to him. Oh, is he just outside loading things up? Or what? Okay, could you call him back, please?
So we already established this, like you guys at this point are trespassing.
Okay, well, first of all, relax, okay? It's not necessary to go to that level. We're having a very cordial meeting here. Excuse me, let me finish if you don't mind. So we have a few options. What we'll do is we'll take everyone outside there.
Perfect.
And listen, then we will never come back to this airport. So I don't have time for that. So again, I'm gonna make it very simple. Please call your manager and I'll talk to him. I'll be right back.
Anyway, so after that, I sat back down. The officer that's there, it's worth knowing we called them. See, when we hold events, you can give the local PD a heads up, and then sometimes they'll be there and they'll sort of hang out at the event. And some of the cops are like, this is interesting. Can I take a brochure? Like, there were some, I think, NetJets employees, some pilots that are like, did I hear zero fee real estate? People like random people in the executive airport are like, well, all we need now is like a Jeff Bezos or something to be like, well, that's a pretty good deal. I parked next to his plane the other day. That was wild. But what's up, man? What, we ready to go?
Yeah, we're right there, ready to go.
All right. So, all right, we'll wrap this up. Maybe I'll add a little bit more detail here in the edit, but yeah, that was fine. We just walked outside. All was good there, and the events have been killing it. So thank you so much. If you have questions, please email us at ir@househack.com. Remember, the next Roadshow stops, we're in Toronto right now. We're going to Chicago, Denver, Austin, Houston, Dallas, San Diego, Long Beach. So look forward to seeing you there. Just go to househack.com. Click the little investor tab. Everything is there. How to get your accredited investor letter, how to invest, how to RSVP for the Roadshow, more information on what we're doing. It's all there, but hopefully you appreciated this video and this little HouseHack mic flag. How cool is that? Shout out to Christian. He's killing it. McKay, you're okay too. All right, folks. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Remember, every investment comes with risk. Make sure to read the private placement memorandum, as this video cannot be a solicitation, only that PPM can be, which would include the appropriate risk factors related to this investment. Remember, as we talk hopes, plans, or dreams, frankly, we can't make guarantees. We don't know if everything will go as great as we expect, and we don't know if there could be other risk factors that we're not aware of at this time. So please consider investing prudently. Read the entire PPM at househack.com/2024, as well as your subscription agreement before investing. If you have questions, email us at ir@househack.com.